It is 9:48 in the morning. It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM, and he is Father William Lechnar, who's kind enough to come join us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you with us here today. I thought, by the way, you can join us on Facebook Live. And wave to the folks. There you go.
There we go.
You can join us on Facebook Live this morning. I thought I'd ask you to come in and maybe reflect a little bit on your years
Sure.
at Church of the Good Shepherd in Kent, because
Sure.
you've been reassigned and you're going to be moving down the road a little bit.
Right. Well, it was 2005 when I came to Indiana County as pastor at St. Thomas More University Parish from 2005 to 2012, and then had the little break in Westmoreland County for 2 years. And then June 4th, 2014, I moved here, and it's been a quick 5 years. But now I'm going to be serving the faith communities at St. Mary, Our Lady of Guadalupe Parish in Kittanning, and St. Mary, Mother of God Parish in Yatesboro.
Yeah, in Armstrong County, but not so far away.
Right. And from what I hear, the radio waves from the station reach over there. So,
they do. They
I'll
do.
be listening to you in the morning.
Tell me a little bit about the folks that you've met and ministered to at Church of the Good Shepherd for these 5 years.
Well, many of those connections go back more than 25 years. I was actually at Church of the Good Shepherd as a seminarian when I was studying at St. Vincent's. I came up for every weekend for a whole year and got to know many of those folks. And as I said, when I became their pastor 5 years ago, many of them are still sitting in the same seats that they sat in nearly a quarter of a century ago. And so it's, there have been some new people that I've gotten to know. And, of course, there's always the joy of baptisms and weddings, and there's that sadness of funerals and bidding farewell to folks who have gone to God.
It's generational, though, isn't it?
It really is, and that's one thing about parish communities. Wherever they are, it is family.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty darn nice family that you have.
It is. It's a great family, and gotten to learn a lot from them, and hopefully they've learned some things from me, and we're getting ready to advance the mission and move forward. Father Matthew Morelli, who is going to be taking my place as pastor of Good Shepherd, is very excited. I spoke with him yesterday, and he's looking forward to moving in on July 1st as I move out. And he's originally from the New Alec area, so he's very familiar with Indiana County.
Yeah. He's a younger fella, isn't he?
He is, yes. He's been ordained, I think, about 6 years, and this is his first pastorate. So the first time he's a pastor, so he has lots of great questions, and he's ready to learn from the people, and the people ready to learn from him.
Yeah, absolutely. And, of course, young is a relative term when you get to be old guys like you and me. As you have, of course, been participating in ministry efforts and in the church life at Church of the Good Shepherd in Kent, many people have come to know you over our Renda broadcasting stations. We're so happy about that.
Right.
But, one of the great events here in Indiana County is the Lenten season and the fish fries. And people want to know, A, are you taking the pierogi recipe with you? And B, is it proprietary that they're not allowed to use it anymore at Church of the Good Shepherd?
Well, they were making pierogies at Good Shepherd a long time before I arrived, so no, I am not taking the secret recipe with me. And they will continue to make the pierogies as they do so well. What's interesting is I moved from one Lenten dinner event to two. Both St. Mary's in Kittanning and St. Mary's in Yatesboro both have fish dinners during the Lenten season, so I'll be able to get double the dose of good fish dinners.
Well, one of the interesting things about that is in our family, we go to the Yatesboro Church in order to get our fish dinners during the Lenten season.
Great.
I always say if it swims, I don't eat it. So I get it, and they have leftover fish from mine. I just eat the baked potato.
Oh, okay.
And the coleslaw.
We look forward to seeing you there, Todd. That's great.
But events such as that at the Church of the Good Shepherd and all of those church events really talk about what a church family is about and the way that they relate to one another and to their larger community, don't they?
Right. One of the messages of hope that I just got done recording a few minutes ago, because those messages of hope are going to continue, that are on the radio stations here, involve the feast of Saint Martha. Saint Martha was the sister of Lazarus, who Jesus raised from the dead. And it's interesting that many of the parishes, Catholic and other, have what they call Martha ministries. Oh, yeah. And Martha ministries are those ministries that are hospitality, food providing, maybe mercy meals at times of funeral or other type of events. And that's one thing that really binds a parish together. Yeah. Very often are those Martha, those kitchen ministries that really nourish the body as we're there to nourish the soul.
Martha was a worker bee.
She was. She was. Mary was praying, and she was doing all the preparation.
There you go. We're talking with Father William Lechnar, who will be joining the Kittanning and Yatesboro parishes and leaving the Church of the Good Shepherd in Kent. You will continue with your pilgrimage ministry, though.
Right. That will still continue on with the Diocese of Greensburg, and so I'm looking forward to seeing some old friends and gaining some new relationships and acquaintances through those parishes, folks who will join on our pilgrimages.
And I'm going to be dragging you in here to talk about that.
That's great. That's no problem at all. I enjoy it.
What's next?
Oberammergau.
That's next year.
That's the Passion Play in Bavaria. That would be in 2020. That's an every 10-year event that happens. Yeah. And then right now, tentatively, we're looking at Spain, France, and Portugal in 2021. So some exciting things down the road.
Yeah. And again, it's that family atmosphere when you get together in such a way. And I think that it's important to point out as well that they aren't just for people of the Catholic faith.
No, we have folks of all religious traditions who join us on those pilgrimages, and it helps bind again the community together.
Yeah, the Greensburg Catholic Diocese is, of course, that diocese which is overseeing both Westmoreland County and they've got Indiana, Armstrong, Fayette,
Westmoreland, and Fayette.
Yeah,
there's 4 counties in the diocese.
Yeah, well, we're talking about family here today. The diocese is a big family, too.
It is, under the leadership of Bishop Malesic, and, it's interesting because the diocese gets smaller as I advance in my priesthood and get to know people in all 4 counties, and it becomes a smaller territory where I go in all 4 counties and get to know people. So I haven't been in Armstrong County since I believe 1993 as a seminarian there. So it will be interesting, 1993, 94. So I'm looking forward to going back there. That was my very first assignment, was at the former St. Mary's in Ford City. So I got to know a little bit of Kittanning in that area, but looking forward to learning the new neighborhood.
In your years of ministry, and we're only going to have you for a couple of more minutes here,
right.
But in your years of ministry, go back and talk a little bit, if you would, with Father William Lechnar, who's just starting out, from the perspective of Father William Lechnar in 2019.
I think as you mature and grow in ministry, which you know very well what that's like, you get to learn where people are, respect where they are, and the importance to be able to hold them up in their bad times and rejoice with them in the good times. And of course, the liturgy and those beautiful traditions of faith and worship are tremendous, but really just living the Christian message to be there with them when they need you. And that's probably what I've learned most over the last 22, 23 years.
I, of course, have needed you a few times, too, to come in here and talk about faith issues.
Right.
And,
we've had many conversations about a lot of good topics, and I hope that continues on.
An hour ago, we had the ladies from the Harmony Grove Lutheran Church here,
right,
and talking about their situation,
right,
and what an uplifting thing it is to see them with smiles on their faces, laughter in their voices, in the face of some really daunting challenges. That's really what faith is about,
right.
Isn't it?
You said something so powerful. You said a parish is not a pastor, and that's true. We're there just to be a member of that parish with a different role. And I think that those folks have been witness to the great people across the board in Indiana County that have cared so much for them after that tragic loss of their church building.
Well, I probably won't be seeing you as much in this capacity because you're going to be a bit more distant.
Right.
But we'll drag you in here from time to time.
It's not all that far. Route 422 is a straight shot over. So I want to thank you and all the support that your radio stations and you have given to Church of the Good Shepherd and to the community for your great outreach.
And we'll see you in the neighborhood.
That's right.
So we will.
And we'll see you. We'll make sure you get an extra baked potato.
There you go.